Good morning, my humanity family. On TikTok, there is a There is a war between civilizations on TikTok, and they are talking about who has the greatest hygiene. Are the white people, do they have more hygiene than those they despise and look down upon from other ethnicities and races and civilizations? It is like, do you know, there is a sack of shit. His name is Victor Jawa, and he talks upon something like the United Kingdom. Once upon a time, British monarchy empire glory. His name is Victor Goa, and he talks with Andrew Marr, and he's saying we are not competing with the United Kingdom. China has like trading partnerships. America is not the only place we sell our merchandise to. We are allies with hundreds of nations, more than 135 or 136 or 137 nations around the world, and this and that. And we don't rely on, for our finances, we don't rely only, يعني it is a tiny, for us America is a very tiny market. And he says and the UK for us is irrelevant. It was once upon a time something. What is this UK? And we buy their politicians every now and then. Even the royal family, when Queen Elizabeth was alive, Queen Elizabeth II was alive, ربنا يرحمها, there were among the royal family, China companies and the Chinese government were giving a royal family bribes to reveal ill secrets. It is like this Trump, they are saying he and his administration and Linda Macmillan, they made a coin, anybody come, and it has bank accounts, it is in tax havens and secret locations, banks around the world, and everybody could say to the American administration, do this and that for us, and we bought whatever, the coin or whatever, and do this and pass this bill and pass all of American Democratic ولا Republican ولا anybody, they are like this. Even this Sam Bankman-Fried, didn't they say he was giving billions of US dollars in donations to the Democratic Party and even to the Republican Party, and he was buying their silence, So he says this Victor Joa, the UK for us is irrelevant. It does not exist. Like Putin says about Ukraine, there is nothing called a Ukrainian nation, ولا Ukrainian ethnicity, ولا Ukrainian civilization. And currently Putin even is saying he wants us to invade Lithuania and Poland, and he says they were part of what is it called? Russo Empire. There is something, Emperor Peter or whatever, there is a very, and they are lying. The Americans are lying, the British are lying, the European Union is lying. Just like China, Russia is the most wealthiest nation on planet Earth. There is something called war economies. War is profitable. War is business. They make a lot of money. Even this America, how it became a hegemon after the Second World War. How it became, because it thrived from industries it created from going into the Second World War, and it maintained this status quo of being the only hegemon on planet Earth. And this, I don't like this Victor Joe. And in another something, he talks like, what is his name, this sack of shit? Stephen Bannon. ولا ستيف بانون, his name is like this. He talks about an flooding is zone. Trump will sign executive orders, will do this and that, but there is something occurring within. It is a shiny object. There is something occurring within America and is being done. This Trump is not a president. Well, I don't know who. He says, I am not the president. They want me to do something. Whatever is occurring around planet Earth, I don't. Everybody is saying it is not me. And he's sitting with this Christine Walker. And he's saying, and they are saying, the economy has been ruined. And you were talking about in every interview. He's saying, you said if the stock market, well, this market, well, American business is dismantled. The president, he was saying even to Kamala Harris this, if she does anything to the American economy and to the American business, and America being the only hegemon around the planet Earth, we will say to her, you are fired, like he was doing in the Apprentice. And they are, and this Victor Joa, he's talking like Steve Bannon. Media follows a shiny object. We will throw 4, 5 things, 10 things here and there, and then we will go with our plan of dismantling everything. Do you know why Chuck Schumer is doing whatever he is doing? They wanted to sign. Trump is known as like the king of deficit. The deficit of America boomed in the former Trump administration. This Chuck Schumer, it is hidden. Kindly reveal. He's another sack of shit. He said, Trump is my employee. He was with him in the Al Smith dinner. And he said, Kamala Harris is in Michigan, and she is taking El Communion. El Communion is Christianity. El Christians have something they say, drinking el blood of Jesus. Drinking el blood of Jesus like wine. Well, I don't. And there is a bread. The most favorite food for the Christians, especially a very conservative and extremist Jews, are extremist Christians, is the bread. And he says she is at this woman who was kidnapped by 3 Republican men, and she was kidnapped. He has Chuck Schumer, and he is with him. He is with him in the Al Smith dinner. Chuck Schumer. He said there is a secret talk. He is talking in I don't know whatever place, and he is saying, give us 2 years. In 2016, there won't be anything called as if Republicans are not Zionist, Democrats are not Zionist. He says in 2 years, in 2016, in 2026, there won't be anything called Republicans. And he is among everybody is saying Chuck Schumer must resign because there was something that would help Trump administration. Well, I don't know, businesses of America. Well, what is it called? Something within American administration to amend and fix this ruin inside of America in terms of finance, economics, and this and that. And Chuck Schumer and his ilk and the Pocahontas and X and Z, they want something. There is something occurring. Everybody wants something. And in every interview, and he's saying this, Victor Joa, he's saying in another interview with Andrew Marr, he's talking about flooding is zone, and he's saying it is more than the bandwidth of China administration. We have lots of things we are involved in, in and consumed with, and we are focusing in, and it is more than our يعني we have other businesses and other issues to attend to. So there is this war on TikTok. He's talking about this Victor Joa, more than a Chinese state bandwidth, like flooding a zone of Stephen Bannon. He's a sack of shit, and he's talking about there is a civil war. Steve Bannon, his name is Steve Bannon or whatever, Stephen or Steve Bannon. Civil war is going to occur in America, and a war is going to occur over the Constitution. He was a Trump body, and he was a theorist. He was a theorist of earlier Trump administration. I don't know, are they faking being enemies? I have no idea. He's saying there is a civil war that is going to occur, and America, instead of agreeing to everything, Trump is saying, I don't know, this and that. They are asking him about the Constitution, and he's saying, I don't know. And Steve Bannon is saying there is a war that is going to occur, a civil war, over il Constitution. Over il Constitution. So on TikTok, they are talking about, and even this Victor Joa, he says, he's talking about J.D. Vance should not be, and the Chinese. J.D. Vance, how dare he says about the Chinese? America is 250 years. We are an ancient civilization and empire, like all the empires. We go back very in time and in date. We are like 5,000 years ago. We were 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago. And this TikTok, they are talking about hygiene. I cannot go to a dentist. I went to the Somaliland dentist. They were about to kill me. They filled my gum. It is bleeding. I went to their beauty salon. They beaten me to death and they cut my hair. There is another criminal enterprise. It is filled with the Yemenis, Egyptians, and the Somaliland. It is called Hargeisa International Hospital. They say all of them, they have fake degrees. They are not doctors. They are, especially the Egyptians, they say. And there was a scandal in Kuwait. They caught lots of Kuwaitis and lots of Egyptians in Kuwait. All of them, they were saying they have fake degrees. They have fake degrees. This international hospital, they are saying every day, everybody who goes to the international, Hargeisa International Hospital, they die there. They do for them surgery and they kill them because they are not real doctors. They did not graduate from any Egyptian university or anything. I don't know. They faked the degrees and they came to nations like this where they are not vetting. If you actually graduate, if you have a medical license and you graduated from a well-structured university, and there is an amount of hours that you have to be within just like lawyers. There is something called in America I passed el bar. Lawyers, they have an association that tests lawyers, and you do that amount of hours, and they do every specialization is like this. A psychologist, you have to pass certain degrees of examinations, and they say I passed the bar. A lawyer is like this, a doctor is like this, and you will never have a license to practice whatever field you specialize in until you go via this rigorous process. And then he's saying there is a constitutional crisis or whatever crisis is, and they are talking about hygiene and stuff like that. I went to this international Hargeisa hospital. It was filled by Egyptians. They were about to kill me. I went for, they said they have the greatest dental care. I went there, they were about to kill me. I went in my hair, all of it. I don't know what is occurring. Just like I went to this beauty salon and they said it is a huge investment, huge investment. And they were they beaten me to death, and the entire nation of Somaliland and everybody on planet Earth, they were, and the police and the military and X and Z and everybody. And Hargeisa International Hospital was like that. There was an Egyptian doctor. His name was Muhyiddin Zalat. I have still his like his paper. Do you know he when you go to a doctor and he prescribes medications for you and he gives you, the Egyptians give me an empty papers, no medication, no date on it, no date. I have papers. They gave, my bag was filled with two things when they brought me from Egypt: X-rays, and this thing you prescribe for patients, medications for it. Papers are empty. They have certain things and they don't have dates. Everybody is speaking about dates. Papers, in the bag, there is nothing else. Where is it? Papers of being prescribed medications with no dates, and X-rays. And this Muhyiddin Zalat, he beaten me. He's a doctor. His name is Muhyiddin Zalat. He beaten me, and then he said to me, just like a radio Hargeisa did to me, they told me, become naked. They said to me, become naked. And they took my clothes off. Radio Hargeisa. And they took my clothes off. An Egyptian also. His name is Ahmed. It was in 2015, in 2016. And I am doing a training at Radio Hargeisa with two creators. One named Mahmoud and the other one Hodo. And this Egyptian criminal, his name is Ahmed. He told me, this is what the Egyptians given me, and the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians. X-rays, nothing except X-rays. A bag filled with X-rays. Imagine X-rays, nothing else, X-rays. A bag filled with X-rays, and nothing else. X-rays. Imagine X-rays, nothing else. X-rays. And then this stuff that you prescribe medication is in X-rays, nothing except X-rays. Wala compensation, wala anything. And all of them, the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians, they want to escape accountability. Escape accountability and say, I worth nothing. It is like this. Can you see? رابعة العدوية. الهوسبيتال اوف مستشفى رابعة العدوية الطبي, and they refused to do a surgery for me after they raped me and thrown me from the 10th floor, and they said, throw her in the garbage, let her die. And they gave me this. The stuff you prescribe medication is in, and they have no dates, and even the name is empty. The name is, and I was there via all Somaliland students. They raped me, even the Somaliland students, and they would say to me daily, take us to your house, just like they are doing currently. And they participated in gang raping me. outside of the hospital and inside the hospital. It was burned to the ground. It is like this. الاسم, it is empty, and التاريخ, الدate, there is nothing. It is like this. They given me a bag filled with this, and x-rays, 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 x-rays. And every job in the Muslim world, they say do haram, and the university is like this. If you refuse, you will be sacked. This Muhyiddin Zalat, was via a neighborhood. A criminal is called Transparency Solutions. Criminals named Transparency Solutions. They said do this to Samia and the neighborhood and the mosque and the Somaliland, the Sheikh's security, and everybody on planet Earth, and the Muslims and the Jews. I went to this guy Muhyiddin Zalat. He told me, you sleep on the bed, open your thighs. He is Muslim Brotherhood. He looks like a sheikh. He has a long beard. There is like stuff of from the sujood, from the prayers, and he has a beard. And he said to me, you sleep and open your thighs and take your hijab off and take your veil and everything. And I just showed him my hair from here. And he said, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. Sleep on the bed. Sleep. Open your legs. And I said, Ida, am I delivering a baby? I am telling you, my hair is falling. I went to a doctor. They are doing this. I went to a beauty salon. And the dentist, they were about to kill me. It is called British Dental. And they are talking about hygiene. This is my toothbrushing kit. I don't know, because 2 years or 3 years I didn't go outside of the house. They locked me because there is crimes they did. They want to frame their crimes like this Trump. I use this charcoal for whitening teeth. There are materials. It is not in the supermarkets. It is not found in the supermarkets. You only find it at the places of the dentist. At the dentist. And the طبيب الأسنان. So those stuff are not there. And this Christian Walker is sack of shit, and he says, I invented a great word. It is called groceries. And he is saying, you are a stupid creature. But you have a lot of potential. And he is threatening her. In this interview, she is threatening him, and she is saying everything is ruined. And they are talking about Russia and Ukraine. And they are talking about Russia and Ukraine. And he's saying, formally, Trump is saying earlier, Zelensky is saying to him, they are bombing our cities. They are killing everybody. They are burning cities. And you are condemning me. And you are siding with Putin. And you are not condemning that. And Trump is not speaking about that. And in other interviews, he says, Putin is not listening to me. Zelensky is not listening to me, and we will. And they don't want to come to the table. So, the United States of America, and they assigned this another sack of shit, Marco Rubio. They assigned him as a national security advisor and the foreign minister. And do you know what is it called? USAID ولا USAID ولا USAID. They assigned him as the head for it. He is like it is manager, it is head, whatever. And they assigned for this Marco Rubio 10 other ministries ولا 10 other departments, governmental departments. After they took they fired ولا sacked ولا expelled this Mike Waltz, and they sent him to the United Nations. So they are talking about hygiene. and the Americans and the Europeans and X and Z, and they are saying other civilizations, especially Africans, they and the Asians and stuff like that, they are more hygienic than us, and we go via TikTok and the YouTube channels to take their methods and their whatever YouTube video they did, ولا TikTok video on how to look after yourself and take care of your beauty and yourself. There is, they are talking about, do you know, there is the story of the pencils. It is, Trump is saying we are not going either. And this even bit hexes, we are giving trillions of Trump bit hexes, everybody, we are giving China every year 1 trillion ولا trillions of US dollars, so it becomes hegemon of the entire world and planet Earth. We are not going to do this anymore. This money belongs to the United States of America. And he says, this protects us. We are going to give our veterans and people inside whatever America all those money that we have been giving to China, so it defeats America everywhere. It defeats America everywhere. There is this creature. He is overrated. He is a know-nothing. Jon Stewart. A know-nothing. He is overrated. I'm talking to you about pencils. Trump is saying we are not going to buy pencils. What fucking pencils? Trump is saying, where were we when China became China manufactures 90% of shipping navy vessels ships of the world, and it has the biggest ports, and it made an invasion. He talks day and night about water routes. We must become hegemon of the water routes, and he says China became the only manufacturer of 90% of all the ships of all the navy fleets, be it military and and even the containers and merchandise wise. It belongs to China. This is not يعني Europeans and the Americans and the Westerns, they got nothing to do with it. It became a monopoly. It became a monopoly for China. It is via Westerns. They allowed this. And this Kristen Walker is saying, when are you going to take responsibility? And he's saying, I was sworn in the office in January 2025. I should not take, because they say a recession is when you have growth of the economy is sluggish, and it has not grown for two consecutive terms. It is called Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. When it doesn't end, a long recession is called, and a long recession is called depression. This Jon Stewart, he is overrated. I went via Il Palace he lives in. He lives in a mansion. How much does he pay of his taxes? He takes like hundreds of millions of US dollars. A very overrated Jewish. He's a sack of shit. He takes hundreds of millions in salary. Go and watch YouTube videos on his palace. And he fights day and night. And he's talking about Trump is saying there is an 11-year-old, 5-year-old, 9-year-old, whatever, 15-year-old, and she wants to buy so many dolls, so many مش عارفة ايه whatever, and this whatever economy and the whatever is occurring within America, and this is like this is a testimony. You are saying there is something wrong with American from tariffs, whatever. There is something occurring you are saying it is impacting. Yet he is saying if the prices of everything has fallen and everything is affordable, and he's saying don't buy dollars, don't buy dollars, whatever, and they are saying, when are you going to take responsibility? Is it Joe Biden or Trump? They want it is there is something occurring on planet Earth, and they are everywhere, even this neighborhood and Somaliland, and they want to escape accountability. You owe me, all of them, loss of income, crimes against humanity, and when they brought me, it is only X-rays, bags filled with X-rays, and nothing. And I cannot apply for scholarships, well, jobs, and even I go inside Somaliland, I cannot even search for jobs. A nation is chasing me, and they are saying, "El haram doers are waiting, and they are coming with their cars, and you must become a sexual slave." America is with them, the United Kingdom, the EU, and the Muslims, and the Jews, and the Christians. I am telling everybody on planet Earth, rescue me. They given me this اللي هو prescription for medicine with no name and no dates. It is like this, papers upon papers like this. Imagine. And they did, and I cannot remain in any job. Everybody thrived and became like CEO of whatever. It is done by Americans. You are responsible for this. Europeans, you are responsible for this. In the United Kingdom, you are responsible for this. You aided in Muslims and the Jews and the Christians in trafficking me. And this is even a Trump equation. And I am proving for everybody on planet Earth, I am the smartest human being and this and that. And Trump is saying, we will give self-deportation. This is the equation they made. TI equals XI. And they say they cancel it. The whole equation is wrong. They stole it from whatever. Is it a lie? Is it true? A professor somewhere. And even the equation, they say it cancels one another. It is not an equation. And he's saying, and he writes on the Liberation Day. This is the Liberation Day of America in the Rose Garden. And he is saying, if you if you submit to whatever we are demanding out of you, you will get discounts. What is discounts? And his evil chart, crazy chart, mad chart, they are saying like, we will be giving you discounts. In Americans and everybody, they want to escape being accountable for the crimes against humanity they committed against me. And this sack of shit called John Stewart, who told you Muslims committed crimes against humanity against me, the Jews and the Christians. The only thing they care about and they want to rescue is themselves, and the criminals like them that committed crimes against humanity against me. He's talking about in 9/11 RFK Jr. He revoked and dismantled a department that was created for the first respondents of 9/11 who were impacted by terminal illnesses. And he brought John Stewart, and he brought what is anybody doing for me? I want to immigrate. What is he talking about? Even this John Stewart, am I less than? What is he discussing? I'm telling you what is he's discussing. I studied everything on planet Earth. What is he talking about? and he brought Rotrig Bergman. Bergman is a Jewish Jewish what? He's Jewish. He's a Dutch historian. In this book, he talks about General Marshall, and he's talking about soldiers in the Second World War who defied orders. Here is Colonel Marshall and the soldiers who wouldn't shoot. And then he talks also about Venezuelans are killers, and they buried so many and stuff like that. And he talks about this stuff. Do you know this Rutger Bregman? He is hated by Klaus Bloomberg CNBC television, MSNBC television, and all those creatures. I hope they self-deport he self-deports himself, this Trump. He's a Scottish, German, or whatever. He's English. He's an English. I hope he self-deports himself, takes 1,000 or whatever zift, and he deports himself. He himself is an immigrant. His wife came from Slovenia. A bunch of immigrants, and they are very loved. And this what was she? And they are comparing her to Blessed Virgin Mary. She's very loved and admired by the Christians. She was a former whatever. I am going to post an interview for this Melania and somebody. There is something in that interview. And this guy, he talks about Venezuelans and how most notorious killers, they are from Venezuela. There is Klaus, he resigned from being, as if this is a monarchy. He resigned from himself from being head of the World Economic Forum. Everybody will be very happy, and they will be eating worms. They will own nothing, will be eating worms, and everybody will be happy. I wrote an article about him, 2024, and he was talking about we want everybody on planet Earth. You are telling people to eat worms and to starve themselves to death, and you are living a billionaire life. Kristen Walker is in the Trump palace, his golden palace, and she says, how much does it worth? And he says, peanuts. They live in these golden mansions, like when Martin Luther, who made a Lutheran formation movement to reinvent Christianity, and said it is not as it descended upon Jesus Christ. They are living in their diamond and golden palaces, and they are saying to everybody on planet Earth, eat worms and you must be happy. It is like Malcolm X. Your suffering is not suffering. Suffer peacefully. Trump is saying, and everybody, X and Z, they are not worth what they claim, and there are, everybody is speaking, I don't know, this place, buyers coming, and in neighborhood, and we sold Olive is not obeying the orders, we sold her. What is this? I want to travel abroad and work and go to university, and they are talking about there is papers that must be signed, and this and that must be done, and I don't know, and this is saying it is not me, I don't know, it is Joe Biden. Whatever is occurring on planet Earth, this Rutger Bregman is saying. Rutger Bregman is in one of the elite forums of the United Nations and the 1% around the world, Trump likes and the very billionaires of the world, billionaires of the world, and they are talking about everybody should be starving themselves to death. And he's saying to the UN officials and the World Economic Forum officials and everybody, you are saying to everybody do this and that, and you are saying you are fighting for climate change. Climate change. How did you come to this conference? And how many times do you travel during a year and a month and in the week? And the carbon footprint that you are leaving on planet Earth, is it not part of this climate change that you are fighting? And these jets you are using and the cars and X and Z, you are a bunch of hypocrites and thieves and liars. And everyone in the UN gathering or the World Economic Forum gathering, they are disenchanted with him. They are disenchanted with Rutherford Bregman, hosted by Jon Stewart, and they are telling him to get out of the conference. To get out of the conference. Humanity? I am the greatest human being on planet Earth. On planet Earth, they are depriving me from my rights and committing crimes against humanity, against me. I am unable to apply for anything even abroad. Rescue me, humanity. I want a job abroad, a halal, decent, great job abroad, and I want to go to a university, a well-known, great university, like any university. Not in the United Kingdom. They are among the criminals that committed crimes against humanity, against me. I want a place where perpetrators that committed crimes against humanity, against me, are not able to commit forever their crimes against humanity, against me. No job, no university. And I am even unable to go outside of the house, even to search for jobs and X and Z. And they are committing crimes against humanity, against me. And they are saying, who told you to come outside? And they are saying, you must go with the men, you must go with the men. And there is another despicable creature. His name is Mario Nofal. I don't know. Trump's daughter, Tiffany. What is this? She married somebody like her son. She married a Nigerian Lebanese family. I don't know. Do they have a video for her? She married somebody who looks like her son. What sort of a marriage? I don't know why Trump's daughter is married. Because their father loved the WWE and the Linda McMillan and the wrestling, and I don't know. They marry men who look like women. So feminine. So feminine. I don't know what is this. There is something even wrong with the Trump daughters. And this Mario Nofal, is he a Lebanese? He was doing a video with Prince Walid Ibn Talal, and he's saying a Saudi royal family is like, we don't interfere in the domestic affairs of the nation, and we royal family, Saudi royal family, and we just are monarchies who don't have any political say in anything. And he's talking about Walid bin Talal and Mario Nofal. America has become so woke, and it is not a Christian nation anymore, and the Republicans and even those here and there are revolting against revolting against that. And in another interview, this Mario Nofal, he goes to Russia with another two Americans, and they are talking with Sergei Lavrov. And he is like a hostage. He doesn't want to be in this interview and this talk with Sergei Lavrov. And the two Americans are saying, we don't trust American. This is something within all the Americans. Even the founding fathers said, never trust your government. I don't trust anybody on planet Earth. Just look at Nazi Germany. Never trust your government or anybody on planet Earth. Muslims, is this what the conduct of a Muslim nation? A woman with with all those injuries. Wherever she goes, you are beating her to death. The entire religious, non-religious, everybody is beating her to death, and they are saying, do haram stuff, and no work, no university, no anything. And you must say, it is me. It is me what? What is this? It is me. And they say, there is something also. Everybody is saying, I did not come into the house. It is not me. I don't know what it is this. It is those who sodomized me and raped me and broke beds over me. It is something done by sheikhs, security, state of Somaliland, Muslims, Jews, and the Christians, and they want to escape accountability, and everybody to frame me with crimes against humanity. I did not come inside the house, and then they are saying, say it is me. If you want anything, say it is me. I am locked. Ada, what is this? No job, no university. And they'll only, and as if this, what is this? As if this is a prison, everybody is chasing me. No job, no university, no life of any kind. And they are saying, il greatest life. She's a criminal. If you know what she said, Muslim, do you know what Muslima said to me yesterday? I am your husband. I swear by God's name. I live in such heinous bliss, and nobody comes near her. Heinous stuff she is saying and doing. What is this? A bunch of criminals, haram doers. I am your husband, and she is a woman, and they are protected by the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians. I want humanity to rescue me from them. And my mom comes every day and she says, you are a football being played. She is admitting that I was sodomized by everybody on planet Earth. My mom is admitting that I was sodomized by everybody on planet Earth, and she says, you are a TV, you are a ball belayed by everybody. And they are admitting that I was trafficked, and heinous evil and crime is occurring against me via everybody on planet Earth. And they want to frame me with evil and crimes, and they are saying, you must say it is me. What fucking it is me?